And now I want to offer you a gentle framework that you can really like rinse and repeat while you're on your journey. Okay. So you can, anytime you're feeling a little disoriented again, like, oh my gosh, what is it? It's happening. Like we get into that very kind of airy state of fear, anxiety, worry up in our mind space. We have access to that current that knows how to keep moving, that flow of life that is moving. But I want you to be able to move through this as well so that you can really harness that power and empower yourself to make change and to let life continue to show you the way because there is a way forward. One, let's reframe the facts of what has happened. So instead of saying, my partner left me, my life blew up in flames, my job fell apart, again, we're focused on that external, the matter, the 3D, what happened. Instead, how can we reframe that narrative into something that's more empowering? I stepped into my courage as I awakened more of my authentic self and chose to follow the spark inside that's guiding me. I liberated myself from past expressions of identity and story and trauma and fear. I said yes to my worthiness as I stepped in to a greater expression of self-love and walked away from what was no longer serving me. So we have to shift into this narrative that is going to be a more empowering reference point for you. Just to have as a 3D marker, okay? Because we do keep referencing the past. We want to keep referencing, well, this is what happened, and this is what, and then no, we have to interrupt that and we have to say, okay, what actually am I going to choose to craft and create in this storyline right now for myself? So create that narrative from that place of power and truth. And this is not like overriding the system and your emotions and your feelings and your heart. We've been doing that, right? We've been feeling her. We've been feeling the pain, the hurt, the sadness, the sorrow, the despair. And we want to continue to move that through the body in a way that's going to feel good for you. But ultimately, we have to be able to give ourselves a reference point that is going to be rooted in truth, rooted in life and essence and life force. Next, we do want to discharge the shock from the system. That's why we do the shaking, right? We do the movement, the dance. We find a way to move it through your body so we're not ruminating and sitting and staying stuck in the same patterns and grooves of energy. And instead, we want to be able to actually shake that out and access the fresh energy, the fresh life that's wanting to communicate with you. And next, we have to observe our own limiting beliefs and stories around what we are saying about the future, right? What has to shift in order for me to create where I am going? We cannot, if we stay creating from what's familiar, what's known, then ultimately we're still staying in the past. We have to be able to open up our minds, open up our sense of identity, and allow us to be more fluid again and curious about what else is possible for me. So, what has to shift in order to create where you are going? How do you have to create a shift? How are you going to change your energetic state? Okay, so for example, if your life is asking you right now to be creative, to use your voice, like how are you going to support yourself in that? That's why we just did that inventory of the Being Body Blueprint. We check in, we tune in and say, okay, what level, like my awareness is already active. My intuition is already speaking to me. But when we are not creating space for us to receive that, we're blocking it, right? We're blocking that voice. We're blocking that truth that's speaking at all times. And so creating that space to say, what shifts will I need to make? Because that's what we're doing here. We're growing, right? We're saying, yeah, I'm experiencing this change, but it's not for nothing. It's not purposeless. It's all to really support me in becoming something more authentic. And I get to allow that life to emerge through me. So instead of seeing it as I have to become someone new or I have to become better or more of this or more of that, how can you actually see it as you are just becoming more of your authentic self? Your life right now is trying to take a more honest, truthful expression, and we are being invited into also taking a more honest, truthful expression. So, whatever story about you and your fears, or your story about money, or scarcity, or lack, or not being good enough, not being loved, that's going to have to be alchemizing in order for you to now really emerge as something that's more organically true. Is that clear? Your life right now, the change that you're experiencing is not for no reason, right? We know this. It's not just random, oh, random series of events here. It's rocking you deep here, and you're listening to this right now because you know that something deeper is trying to take shape in your life. You know that your soul, the deeper part of you, has been calling out for a different expression. You've wanted a different permutation of your reality. You've wanted to live somewhere different. You've wanted to have a different partner. You've wanted a new career. You've wanted all of that on some deep level. But once we finally are like, oh my God, I'm in it, our nervous system, the body, the mind start going whack and starting to create these stories that are not actually very loving or supportive for where we're trying to go. That's why we have to get in that place of empowerment and reminding ourselves that we are capable of anything and creating, co-creating with life. But it all starts by you just really listening and saying, okay, how am I being invited to grow? Am I being invited to become more courageous, to become more bold, to become softer? Maybe you're like trying to really slow down and you need to be in a slower rhythm. So just one way in which life is inviting you to shift right now. Write it down, say it out loud, declare it, feel it. And then lastly, we have to alchemize our fear of the unknown into the awe of the mystery. So, what does this actually look like? This looks like more of a practice, right? This is more of like a daily practice where we get to choose. We get to choose that instead of staying paralyzed by all the different things that could happen, we instead see that as there are infinite possibilities that are waiting for me. There are infinite expressions and shapes that my life could take right now in this moment. Like, how cool is that? Like, part of you has to become a little excited and a little bit in the awe of the mystery of, like, wow, that's actually incredible. Oh my gosh, I didn't even think that was possible. And if you're not there right now, like authentically, then that is okay. Maybe you can just shift 1 degree into this awe of, yeah, maybe it's more like, oh, I have no idea how this is going to happen. No idea. But I can choose to feel 1 degree deeper of awe, this sense of wonderment of like, wow, how is this gonna happen? I have no idea. Spirit, life, you guys got any ideas? Like, anyone else got an idea? Like, shifting into that space of this is kind of, I'm a little bit curious of how this is going to happen. I don't have to figure it out because it's not all on me. It's actually this co-creation. But the more we can shift out of the pressure of trying to figure it out, because the more we try to predict, the more that it actually we meet resistance because we're trying to create from the familiar, from the patterns of the body, the patterns of the nervous system. And instead, we can shift into curiosity and wonderment and awe and moving with that spark of life that you are, moving into feeling her moving into the intuitive sparks that you're receiving in your own deep inner listening, utilizing the life force and the energy that wakes up in the body to then follow those next steps, step by step. In the meantime, you can float and ride those waves, right? Be in that expression of like, oh, I don't know. I'm really in my head right now. Okay, I'm gonna go move. Okay, I'm gonna shake my body out. Okay, I'm gonna put on some music and dance or jump on my little trampoline or go run around outside because I don't need to have all the steps figured out. I allow myself to receive one next step. And I watch how, as I take that and I step into this dance with life, it's like life dances back with me. And then before you know it, we are in this relationship again with life. We are actually feeling that quantum field of infinite potentials that's here with you. And we're starting to be in that experience of staying open and receptive so that we can really be receiving the way forward instead of pushing, forcing, or being in fear. Now, if you are looking for a way to stay connected to that faith, to that trust in life, to that relaxation response that wants to come online for you right now because you are so tired of fighting up against yourself. You're so tired of trying to perform for your state of health and vitality. You're so tired of trying to get it all right and figure it all out. And instead, you really do want to be feeling in a rhythm with life, feeling in this place where you are not forcing, you are flowing, you are really taking care of yourself. You're able to turn towards your body. Your body is no longer this place of fear. You actually feel inspired and desired to move towards your body, not because you want to become like this perfect image of something or because you're afraid if what happens if you don't take care of yourself. You're actually inspired to move into your body because you know that that is your home. And you know that when we do that, we activate and awaken the flow of resources, the flow of energy that is already here with us, waiting to guide you into your next step, waiting to lead you in to a more authentic expression of life and you. And so in my membership birthing, which is part of our Vera community here, but in birthing membership, this is the work that we do together. This is how we navigate transitional times with faith, with trust, and with your authentic self. This is where we allow you to say, "Oh my God, I'm going through a death right now and I'm being reborn and I have no idea what I'm going to look like when I come out of this birth canal, but oh my God, is it going to be exciting? Oh my God, am I so curious and like can't wait to meet her and oh my gosh, I'm leaning back into life and the grand design of this life because I am not alone here." And that feels so foreign to my nervous system. That feels so foreign to the part of me that wants to push and fight or control or know all the answers and steps. And so we really practice being in that space of faith and surrender so that we can let life create through us again. And we integrate our soul, our being, we integrate the body's journey into this, and we integrate and weave back into the fabrics of life that are already here supporting you, that are trying to guide you, that are trying to help you move into this new expression and open up, ultimately open up, so that you no longer have to stay stuck in pain or fear or worry or doubt. So, this is what we do in birthing, and I would love to see you in this space so that we can really co create and work together to help you feel more supported on this journey to help you remember who you are and care for you in a way that feels natural, that feels like, oh, I've missed this my whole life. Like, oh my God. And I trust myself to actually navigate change and to navigate the unknown. And I no longer need to be afraid. What a beautiful journey. So that's the work we do in birthing. I also integrate human design into this. So we are looking at your chart, we're looking at all of the centers as powerful portals into guidance and direction for creativity so that you really feel supported as you awaken and open up to whatever life has in store for you. So we weave together human design, we look at Ayurveda and the elements of life, and we also weave in the transformational birthing journey that is here to support you as you create the new, as you are surrendering and letting go of all of the old identities and old parts of our lives that just simply cannot go with us. Okay, so we have to move through the grief together. We have to move through the unknown and the uncertainty and the fear. But we do it in a way that is so loving and gentle to you and also incredibly empowering so that you can really remember that you are not alone on this path and you're with you. Okay, you're with you again, and it feels amazing. So that's the work we do in birthing. I will drop the link underneath this video if you are interested in joining us. And this is a monthly membership space. So you're never like, oh, I have to finish this program in 3 months or 6 weeks or whatever. We know that in life, it's that journey of we are always becoming someone new, right? Like 1 month is going to ask us to soften or slow down or tend to this part of who we are. And then the next month is going to look a little different. And so it's actually designed to support you in that rhythm of your becoming journey so that you can navigate that in between space without feeling like you're forcing or pushing against life. You're actually working with yourself again and flowing with spirit. And ultimately, if I were to say anything to you, I would say we are woven with the wonder of this life, okay? We are so intrinsically connected to all of this that we forget. So it's like so incredible how much we forget that. But we are so woven with the magic and the mystery and the wonder of this life. And the more that we lean back into that, the more that we let life show us our steps. And we allow ourselves to be transformed, the more we can awaken and remember the beauty that's always been here and that's waiting for us to see right now in this moment. I look forward to connecting with you as well in the birthing membership, and I will see you soon.